Today is the time to fix the next 10 years. Now, that's a good note for you. Real life and the truth are things that you have to deal with sometimes. I was 25 years old when I met Mr. Schoff, and he was 44. He brought me a lot of experience, and he began to ask me the big, tough questions. He asked, "Are you reading the books that will get you where you want to go in 5 years?" That is a great question. To make sure that all of you get where you want to be in 5 years, you should do the following. You either read the right books or you don't. Smart thing to say, right? Either you're doing the tasks or you're not. But here's what we don't want to do. Become disappointed, hoping without acting, wishing without doing. So the important thing is to look around and ask, where am I? I want to make sure I can take more sure steps every day toward the gift I want. What could I do to make the changes? The treasure is in your mind, in your heart, and in your money. I don't want to get anything wrong. Now is the time to change my daily plans, so they help me get where I want to go. You could draw a circle. In 10 years, you'll be here. And in 10 years, you might be here instead of here. The difference between now and then could be big in terms of money, lifestyle, treasures, and assets. What a change 10 years makes. But right now, there is a small difference between the new habits and ways of thinking that will start you on this journey and that journey. Now, mentally, it's also very important to know if you're going this way or that way. And once you decide, I don't think the gathering of my intellectual, personal, spiritual, moral, and economic treasure will be that great 10 years from now. The important thing is to start making these changes right away so that you can follow this new path. Just a few daily practices can make a big difference in 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. It doesn't matter if you end up here or here. You will definitely get there in 10 years. Where is the question? We don't want to lie about where it is. We're not going to lie to ourselves about the path we're taking. I don't want to lose hope anymore. When I was 25, 24, and 23, I used the cross-finger theory. After some thought, I came to the conclusion that the cross-finger idea would not help me achieve my goals. That's not where the treasure is. This is where I need to be sure of which way I'm going. You can make a huge change in the world with just a few reading, thinking, and doing habits. Only a few changes that need to be made, whether you end up here or somewhere else. We sometimes think that what we're doing is only 10% of what we need to do to make a change in our fortune. Most likely, the opposite is true. So far, we're doing enough to have bought and shared the good life. Maybe all you need is an extra 5–10% of intellectual and exercise change, better discipline, and thought. And all we need are ideas for how to make those easy changes. In 1, 3, 5, or 10 years, the wealth will start to build up. What are you going to do tomorrow that will change the direction of your life? That's one of the most important questions. Now look, if you don't do something tomorrow that will change things, things will stay the same for the next 5 years. Check out the last 5, because the next 5 will be the same as the last 5 unless you change everything tomorrow. Now is the time to choose. You can do anything you want, but it's nice to know that you can change your whole life whenever you want. What are you going to do tomorrow? That will make a difference. What can you do when the economy is in chaos and everyone is very disappointed? What should you do when your heart is broken? What should you do if it doesn't work? Those are good questions. Now, thoughts are not that far away. You can get everything you need. You can read to get the thoughts you need to change your life or your business. It's close enough to hear. It's likely that there is a library nearby. It's true that there is a library there, but most people just drive by. Not many people drive in. How many people in the US have a library card? 3%. Do you know how much they cost? Nothing at all. Wow. But look, it's not too far away. The important question is, who will reach? If you search, you will find. That's a simple Bible verse. I don't know much about it, but that's what it says. It's important to know, though, that this finding is only for searchers. We can't find what we need. We look for something and find it. You don't have to need something to get worth. You can't need things. You have to be a searcher. But ideas are closed if you look, try, go, and listen. And ideas can change your life. An idea whose time has come is the most powerful thing in the world. They could be for a business, a cause, an investment, or better health. If you want to change your life, all you need to do is improve an idea. To get gold, equity, and wealth, gather them. Seeing how little it takes to make a big change over time, it's a good idea to remember that everyone could use some teaching. Listen to someone else's story and see if it doesn't give you a moment of clarity. You can make some changes that will make you more valuable in 1, 3, or 5 years. Getting ideas for having a better life. Now that you're ready to change and are excited about it, find out how things work. Learn how to change your life for the better. To do this, you need ideas. Shoaf taught me that the main trouble is not having an idea. That's fine. I told Mr. Shoaf I don't have any money. At first, because I didn't have any. When asked about money, he said, "That's fine." Well, I had always thought so until then. He told me, No. The problem is not having any ideas on how to make money and wealth. It's not a lack of money, but of ideas. To get ideas, you have to keep studying to learn more. Shoaf also said that you should write down what you learn in your journal when you find something that works, so you can do it. Do not treat your head like a file box. Write it down. The next best thing is doing the same thing over and over again. Repetition. Go over it again and again. And if you do that, the idea will surely take root and grow until it shows up in your bank account, your wardrobe, your attitude, and the way you live your life. Write down your thoughts in a journal, though, and learn how things work. This word from Shoaf helped me change my life. Study. If you want to be successful, learn how to be successful. Learn about happiness if you want to be happy. Learn about wealth if you want to be rich. Don't take a chance. Run a study on it. Some people cross their fingers every day. That's not going to work. You need to learn about the things that can change your life. Every great person I know and work with around the world reads a lot. They read because they are interested. They learned how to read well. Take a look at what the other professors say and what I say, and then decide for yourself. Please don't follow. Instead, learn. If you want to change your life, you have to read. There are 2 ways to learn, from your own experiences and from the experiences of others. You could save years by reading certain books. Did you know that there are books that can help you get stronger, make better decisions, talk better, lead better, have a bigger impact on other people, and grow as a person? Did you know that there are books about the subject that no one reads? Did you know that a lot of famous people have written books about their lives and how they did what they did? No one reads them. What do you mean by that? I guess he's busy. You know, you get tangled up. The guy says, "Yeah, you work where I work," but by the time you get home, it's late, and you need to eat dinner, watch a little TV, and go to bed. You can't stay up all night reading. The guy is also behind on his car payment. Work hard, be honest, and be a good worker. But you have to be more than honest and work hard. If you don't, you'll be broke at the end of your life. You must be better than a good worker. You need to read a lot. You might not be able to do everything, but you should find out everything you can about what happened. In other words, you don't want to reach the end of your life and realize that you only lived 1/10 of it. The other 9/10 went down the drain. Not because you didn't have any opportunities, but because you didn't have enough information. How often do you find yourself saying, "I don't have time to read"? Let's debunk that myth and explore how books can be your shortcut to personal development. What's a book that you initially overlooked but turned out to be a game changer for you? Share your reading revelations in the comments below. Your stories and thoughts could be incredibly valuable for others in our community. The best way to find out something is to be curious. Curiosity. Be interested. You could add a word that will help. Childish interest. What will kids do if they truly desire to know something? Bug you. They are free to ask lots of questions. When you think they're done, they get another 1,000. It's a good thing when you need to know. Act like a kid. In fact, Jesus, the great teacher, said, "Unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." Very good advice. There are 4 ways to be like a child. The first way is to be curious. The second is fun and thrills. Get as excited as a kid about how you can make yourself feel. Do something for make a change. Third, have hope. Adults are very skeptical. The fourth is trust. Trust is a childish trait, but it pays off in a big way. Act like a kid. There are millions of books out there, so you can't read them all. But when I say read all the books, I mean read all the books you need to read to become a strong, important, healthy, wealthy, aware, bright, helpful partner, parent, or grandparent. During your lifetime, read all the books you need to make your life grow and improve to the best level possible. Don't leave anything off that list. Being able to affect other people is one of the best things that can happen to us. To be able to persuade someone to adopt a certain way of life, buy a product, come up with an idea, or join a business. One of the best things in life is having power. In some way, we all have the chance and the ability to affect someone else. The important thing now is to learn how to do it. It's one thing to do it casually and a different thing to do it carelessly, and the other way is to learn how to do it on purpose. Getting the skills you need to help people change their minds about anything. First, I think we should be grateful for what we already have, because that's where good ideas come from. Give thanks for what you have. All good information gets stuck in negativity. Being a skilled critic isn't that hard to do. Having a negative attitude toward things, places, chances, and people because of the way things are going. But what if we flip that around? What if we turn hatred into thanksgiving? Let the ideas and information flow. Ideas can now be improved. That's number 1. Be thankful. Number 2, no matter how much you know, be eager to learn. Talking about an idea with other people is the best way to make it better. We want ideas that can stand up to tough questions, and it's good to be around people who can do that. Debate is a unique way to improve ideas that can become useful. Fight with all of this stuff, and then go back over your notes and think about what we've told you. In this case, the important thing is to get the mind to think of thoughts and ideas so that knowledge can flow. Improving your mind is where future wealth lies, but be eager to learn. And the last thing is to listen well, which is hard to do these days. Everyone wants our attention. Voices on the radio and TV. Voices and paid ads, community voices, family voices, political voices, social voices, religious voices, and views from the general public. How do you choose which voices to give more time to? Some people say that if you learn to listen well, you might get thoughts that will change your life. But it's not easy. Inspiration is the next word. Inspiration is a puzzle. Why do some people get motivated while others don't? How do you figure out what that secret is? Some people have an amazing zest for life and a strong desire to live well and do well. Others seem to be like, ho-hum, letting things go and hoping that things will work out in the end. That makes no sense. It's enjoyable to see people who are motivated, but I think the most important thing is to be motivated yourself. I get emotional energy and motivation from life and the challenges it brings. That's something we all respect. You need to go. You need to do something. Get ready for the miracle of your future. This is how to start the miracle process. When it comes to practices, the first thing you should do is everything you can. Once you get home, you might set a whole new pace for yourself. This is known as cleaning up neglect. You should go for a walk. You could walk around the block for your health. Do not go around the block. I can see you're going in the wrong direction. You shouldn't read the wrong thing when you should read, could read, or don't read. Don't call the wrong number when you should or could. You're going in the wrong direction if you don't change what you could or should change. Don't let putting things off ruin your days, your life, and your future. Do what you can when you get back, and if you do that, life will give you some unique things to do. You have to take care of the little things first, before life gives you a chance to do the bigger things. I hope you know how grateful I am if you are still here with me. Feel free to give our channel a like and subscribe if you enjoy what you see. Please permit yourself to share your own anecdotes in the comment section. Not only will your thoughts and experiences help our community, but they could also motivate others who watch the movie. Wishing you a good journey and a wonderful day ahead. I am grateful.